Is voodoo real or not? Check this out. Okay, Gerard, what do you think about this video?
Well, he definitely played horrible, right? I would say for anybody to go to the stands, they got big problems, right? They have some big problems. Maybe this explains why Philadelphia fans completely destroyed the city, for one, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize Philadelphia destroyed the city. Is that what happened? I thought they were in
Oh,
Louisiana. Philadelphia just ransacked the entire place because they
they
won?
do this. Yeah, they do this all the time. They go to climb light poles typically, and so the city like greased the light poles so people couldn't climb it. So they like
Genius.
tore the light poles down, broke blocks through buildings. It's like, why are we even doing this? But for this lady, think about how much she wants to win. What is winning worth to you? Is it worth causing harm or putting a spell on somebody else for your team to win?
There are plenty of people that do it. I'm just glad she kept it above the waist. She kept it was the repeated stabbing for me that was like, okay, it went from like, all right, this is a little weird to it's crazy.
It's definitely impacting something, and you could watch the game and see that he was definitely not his normal self. I can say that. I remember telling my wife during the game, there's something off about him, right? And then you see this video come out. So the question is, if you're a Christian, can voodoo affect you?
If you have on the armor of God, you would think not. But my favorite part is like, this is so typical of an Eagles fan. Like, Eagles fans are wretched. They're the worst fans in the NFL. It would be an Eagles fan that brings a voodoo doll out of all things to the game and just starts stabbing it repeatedly. I'm like, didn't Mahomes get vaccinated? I don't know, but this is just.
I mean, you're definitely demented to do something like this. You would think that if you were a Christian, the armor of God will protect you. But here's something I could say. It's definitely a spiritual battle. We know that from what it says in Ephesians. But when it comes to can bad things happen to believers, I would say yes. When I think about the story of Job, right? So Job
Oh,
was a
for
man of
sure.
God, right? But he's God. There were still bad things that was allowed to happen to him. Did this affect Mahomes' faith? No, not at all. But can it still play an effect to us? And we not understand what's going on, but things are just happening, bad things to us. We don't understand why, because there's a spiritual aspect that's happening into our life. And we're rooted in the word of God. We're rooted in truth, but bad things and witchcraft I think they can still affect you. And I think that a lot of people don't realize the spiritual bondage that we all might have, whether it's something somebody's doing to us now, or maybe something generational that happened to our parents that's been passed along.
Yeah. I want to talk about the voodoo doll for a second. It doesn't look anything like a Mahomes. It's like, okay, it's got a number on it. Don't these things have to be accurate?
I don't know much about voodoo. You see some things like maybe you need a piece of their hair, or you need some. I mean, there's
It looks
definitely
like she used her
symbolism.
own hair. It's the same color. I mean,
It could have been. I mean, there's definitely some symbolism there. There is the number, there is the jersey. I don't know. I'm not a voodoo expert. Don't care to know anything really deeply about that. I keep that outside of my life. But the fact that a Phillies fan made this doll, paid the thousands and thousands of dollars to go to the Super Bowl to carry this out, shows you how much she wants to win.
yeah, she's almost better than any of the players on the field. Like, this girl came to game. Like, she's not messing around.
Whether or not it played an impact or not, Mahomes definitely was not himself, and the Chiefs lost. Now, I would say this: how much of that was the fact that no NFL team has ever won 3 Super Bowls in a row, and this was just the script that they weren't going to allow that to
Oh,
happen?
here we go. The script again. I asked you about the script before the game. You remember I was like, what's the script say? You're like, I don't know. I'm just saying, if there's a script out there, don't you think we would have seen it by now? And where
What
in
do
the
you
script
guys?
does it have Voodoo Doll in section 7A stabbing Mahomes repeatedly? So,
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Is the NFL rigged, and did this voodoo doll play any impact?
yeah, let us know.